Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Biola Oladile. So today I want to quickly run you through how to create the final project for the uh, Microsoft Power Up program. That is the animal shelter app. So, but we are starting with the first requirement, that is to create the dataverse. So just come with me. We are starting right now. I'm going to take you through right from the scratch. It's going to come in different video. This is the part A, the beginning. So just subscribe to my channel and you'll get all the videos to the final app, to the creating of the canvas from the dataverse to Power Automate to model driven app, Power Automate, and the Canvas app. So just let's go. So now let's start way from the scratch. So we are starting right from the scratch. We are going to create the solution. So let's create a new solution for this project. Let's call it animal shelter. Animal shelter white tea. Okay, so let's say publisher. I'm the publisher. So as I said, subscribe to my channel, then you'll get all the video. Just go through all the video. This is the part A. The part B will be dropping very soon. So the first thing that we are to do is to create the dataverse. So we want to create the table. The table we are from that instruction, we are to create three table: animal data, shelter locations, and the foster family information. So let's start with the first table. Let's create the shelter location. So just go with this. So the name of our table is shelter. Of the first table is shelter location. Then shelter ID will be the shelter ID. That will be our primary color. So you save it. So this is the table. This is the shelter table. So we are to have the shelter ID. Then the next column we're having is shelter name. So let's just have this side by side to make it easy for us. Let's take this. um, Okay, so let's have this side by side. So the first thing, as I said, the first column there. Now this is the table. That's the shelter location. We said our primary ID is the shelter ID. So let's edit our primary ID now. I would like to expand it so that okay. So the primary ID from our table, from the shelter table that we see, the primary ID is number that is sequential. So it's not going to be text, it's going to be data type is auto number. The auto number, is it business required? Yes, it is business required. So the previous that we have there is S hyphen 01. So let's just go with this. So capital S is the hyphen. So so the seed value is this. All right, so we save it. So while we move to the next, our next column on that table should be the shelter name. So let's create a new column and we'll call that shelter name. So that will just be single line of text is a text. So we'll say the next one. I don't want to minimize this so that we can all see. The next one is shelter location. So that's also simple line of text. So let's create a new column. Let's call that shelter location. So save. Then the next one is, let's try to refer. The next one is shelter manager. That's the next column that we need there. Shelter manager is also single line of text, just name. So the next one that we need is shelter capacity, then shelter type. So let's create shelter capacity. Shelter capacity. Shelter capacity from what we have there is number, is whole number. Okay. So that is whole number. So we'll just pick whole number, no format. Okay, so let's save it. The last column is shelter types. So that would just still be shelter type. So that would be single line of text. So we are done with that table. So for every table you create, the next thing to do is we go to the form for every table you create. So we quickly work on the main form because I'm trying to publish it because we'll be needing this table in subsequent tables. So let's quickly publish it now. So for the information that we need, the first thing is the shelter ID. We don't need this, so we can hide it. Let's just hide it. We don't need this column here. So let's hide it. Let's hide that column. So after the shelter ID, we have the shelter name, the location manager, we have the capacity, then the shelter type. So I think that's all. Okay. This is sort of slow. It's coming up. So we have everything that we need. So the next thing is just to save, and let's just save and publish this table. So we just worked on the form now. We are saving and publishing it now. Then we'll move to the view. Once this has been saved and published. So let's move to the view. Let's quickly work on the view. That's the table that we've created. So let's work on the view of this table that we created. We've just published the form. So let's work on the view. So as I said, so we is the active view that we want to work on now. So active shelter location. So as I said, subscribe to my channel, then follow through as I'll be dropping the other video that will help in completing. Let's remove this. That will help in completing your power or final power up project. So after the shelter ID, the shelter name, you see once you click on it, it goes manager, capacity, shelter locations, then the shelter type. So once we are done with that, we save and publish this also. So save and publish. So afterwards, we move to create the next table. The next table we'll be creating now will create the foster family. So this have been save and publish. So let's just move back to create the next table now. So table, we want to create new table. We created the shelter location. So new table now. The new table that we want to create. So that new table is foster family information. Family information. So the primary column there, the foster ID will be the primary column in this table. Foster ID will be our primary column. So let's save. So from K, because while I was trying to do something, this is it. So let's just say information. That name already exists, so I'm changing that to foster family information. Okay, so let's work on the columns for this table. For the first column on this table, for the column, the first one is auto number. So the same way we did for the shelter number the other time. So we are going to do that. We'll go do that same thing for this. So let's work on the primary column. That's where we have our foster ID. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong table. So this is our primary column. Let's edit that now. So we said is an auto number, so it can't be single line of text. Is auto number and is business required. So the previous for this is for that table, for that column is FH. And that column is FH. So if you have any question, you can drop it in the comments. So sorry, the minimum digit should be one. So, then this is the seed value. The seed value you are starting from over. You're starting to read FH. So let's confirm we have the right thing here. Yes. So that way it will just keep going. Alright. So we see we have our primary ID. So the next column we are doing here, we are doing the foster claimer name. Foster claimer name. That's the next column that we have here. Foster claimer name. So that's single line of text. So we just see the next column we have is foster location. Foster location. So it's also simple line of text to say. Then the last column. So the last column, okay, no, okay, before the last column, we have join date. So that will be date. Join date. So new column, join date. So that would be, we change that to date and time, date. So it's